Hi, and welcome to another edition of Plastic Models by a Regular Dude, and this is my April update. I've just got my last video posted of plastic models for beginners, the SDKF Z222. That is done, that is posted. So I'm currently, I've got a couple of projects that are in the works, but I've been working on it for a while. For example, I was going to give this one up altogether because I'd had some problems with it, and there's some stuff, you know, that I don't really like about it, but I decided to go ahead and finish it anyway because, you know, I'm kind of stoked with it. And that's the Revell BF109 G10. I've been working on this one for a long time, so I am going to go ahead and finish this one, and mainly it's kind of an exercise in working on aircraft. I want to paint it. I put a lot of work into it, and you know, there's some stuff I really don't like about it, but you know, that was like my third aircraft kit that I attempted, and you know, it's not bad. So there's some things I want to fix on it, but I mainly want to do the painting and the decals and stuff like that because I need some practice for another kit that's coming up. As far as since my last update, I think I did a March update. The only things I've really bought since then, I have started using the UMP Ultimate Weathering Wash, and this stuff really works well. I like it. I've talked about it in my video, so I won't talk too much about it now, but this right here has been the game changer for aircraft models for me, and I'll demonstrate that at some point. But I've started using those. For a project I've got coming up, I need some metal finish for an aircraft. So in my quest for acrylic products that don't stink up the house, intoxicate my lungs, I don't know if that's a word, but it is now, I want to try the Vallejo. I've seen some videos on it. People have used it, you know, with varying degrees of success. But it looks like it might be pretty good stuff for what I want to do. I know I'm not going to get a mirror shine. I'm not really looking for that, but I'm going to try the Vallejo acrylic metal color. Looks like some pretty good stuff from what I've seen online, and you know, being acrylic, I don't have to worry about the smell. So there's that. And then I also got, should help with the smoothness, is the Vallejo Surface Primer, the gloss black. So that should help. So I got those two products to try. I've got those from just a little plug here for, you know, one of the hobby shops I use, Hobby World USA. Really good place. The guy who runs it, he really strives for customer service, and he does a really good job. Likes to stay in contact with his customers, you know, stuff like that. So it's just a quick plug for a good shop here in the U.S. I've been wanting to try this, so I ordered this as well, the Vallejo plastic putty. You know, I have different kinds of putties, and I wanted to try this Vallejo for some of the stuff that I do. It looks like it'll work pretty good, and again, the fact that it's acrylic's pretty nice, and it looks like it'll really, you know, from some demonstrations I've seen, looks like it'll work pretty good, so I'll be giving that a shot. So that is the products that I've got new. My workspace changed up just a little tiny bit. I got a new rack for my Tamiya paints, so I can actually have them out on my desk and not take up much room instead of a drawer. So little by little, you know, it's getting progressing. Whether it'll be actually complete ever, I don't know, because I'm always changing things. My son really cracks up because, you know, he sees me walking in with the drill or something, and it's, what are you changing on your desk now, Dad? So, you know, it's kind of funny, but constantly trying to streamline things. As far as kits, I've got a kit that I am working on, and I stopped for a while, but I'm going to pick it up again, and I will explain in a later video about this kit, why I stopped on it. But it is the Matilda Mark 3/4 British infantry tank, and this is a newer mold, 2009 by Tamiya. I haven't built many British tanks. I built a Honey a couple of years ago, and I like that. But this one, you know, I really like this tank, and I've been following a kind of a log on YouTube of a museum restoring one of these vehicles, and it's very interesting. I mean, they're doing a ground-up restoration on this thing. It's very interesting. Kind of inspired me to look into this kit. So I'll be working on this one. It's not for any particular builds or anything like that. It's just one of my own projects, and just, you know, something a little different. Another project I've got coming up, which will be my next my next kit for the Plastic Models for Beginners series. I'm going to go something with quite a bit different this time, and that is an aircraft model. This is the Revell Messerschmitt ME262 A-1A. I'm not going to talk much about it right now. It's a skill level 2, which supposedly means it's pretty simple. And it is. There's not a whole lot of parts, but I figured it'd be a good first kit for aircraft modeling. And I'm going to do some stuff to it. It's not going to be actually a rock bottom beginning kit, because, you know, we've already got two beginner kits under our belt for whoever is following on this. So I figured an aircraft kit would be good this time, because, you know, it's a lot of the assembly is the same, but there are some nuances and differences between aircraft and armor that are worth mentioning, as well as paint and weathering techniques. So that's going to be the next one of those. I'm going to do a separate video on this, kind of an introduction to the kit, look at what's in the box, and all that kind of stuff to start the next series, which shouldn't be too long down the road. And the last kit I'm going to talk about right now is kind of a big project, and this one, I'm not doing this one for any particular builds or series or anything like that. This one's kind of just for myself, for my own enjoyment, and I'll be building it off and on, and doing a video log of it, and then once it's all finished, I'll make it into a playlist like I'm trying to do with my my other stuff. But that is, and hopefully I can get the box in frame, it's the fairly new tool, Focke-Wulf FW190 F8. This is a relatively new tool. I think it's 2013, I think. Is it 2013, Mick? He's not in there. But I think it's 2013, maybe 2015? I don't know. But it's a fairly new toolkit. There's been lots of build logs and all that kind of stuff on it, all over YouTube and on different forums and modeling websites. But it really, you know, it's a nice kit, especially for the money. Is it on par with, say, Tamiya or Eduard or anything like that? I don't know. I haven't built too many aircraft kits. However, I did do or I'm working on the 109 G10, which was released just prior to this one, and it went together really well. The detail's really nice, surface detail on the fuselage and wings to fit. It's got some weird stuff going on with some of the way some of the parts fit together, but it appears that a lot of that has been corrected in this kit. So I'm going to be doing the 190. I'm pretty much going to do it totally out of the box. The only aftermarket stuff I think I'm going to use, and I've already purchased it, is this Basic Line brand detail set. And what it is it's got masks for the canopies, for the canopy and the windscreen and everything. It's got masks for that, and then here it's got fabric seat belts with photo etch hardware, metal hardware for it. So that's the one of the drawbacks that people complain about this kit is it has decal seat belts. That's kind of wonky. I got photo etch for the 109 G10 and the 109 E4 by Eduard that I just finished had photo etch as well, and they work and they're pretty nice, but you know, photo etch just doesn't, it's not the same as fabric, and these are supposed to be really nice and they'll be nice to work with these. So got that, and then I am going to get a decal set for it because there's a particular aircraft I want to do, and I'll talk about that when I actually crack open the box and start talking about what I'm going to do with it. But it's going to be a kind of a unique, unusual color scheme, and a color scheme that I haven't seen before. But anyway, so I got that kit coming up as well, and you know, I may not even get started onto that until, you know, next month. Who knows? It depends. But anyway, that's what I've got going on right now as far as the kits coming up, new products. As far as my channel goes, one of the things, you know, I've mentioned it before in some of my other videos, especially my outside videos. I'm just cruising around my property here. I'm trying to tighten things up on the channel, especially with the plastic models for beginners stuff. I want to get it a little more concise, and I've talked about some of the ways I want to do that. And I've also, you know, on my last video, I lost some files, and I mentioned that in an earlier video. And in order to kind of alleviate that problem happening again, I have got a external hard drive, 2 terabyte external hard drive that I'm going to use for backing stuff up. I should say I have access to a 2 terabyte hard drive. That's a drive I can use to back stuff up, and then once, you know, I'm done with it, I can, you know, I can delete it or whatever. But I'm going to be using that to store files and stuff. That way I don't lose anything, or the chances of me losing something will be a lot less. So just, you know, going forward, you know, look for some changes in the videos, try to tighten them up, try and cut them into more manageable sections, segments, instead of having, you know, one video 20 minutes long in, you know, build log, and then an hour and a half. I'm going to try and just cut it up into more manageable sections, segments, so it's not so long. So anyway, that's pretty much it, I think, for my April update. That's what I've got going on here on the bench and what's coming up. So as always, stay tuned for more videos. Probably my next video will be talking about the I'm going to say it's going to be talking about the Matilda. I think I'm going to work on that a little bit before I jump into the next beginner video. It's not going to be too long for the beginner video. I think I'll do a little bit of work on the Matilda, and then I'll jump on to the 262 for the plastic models for beginners. So that's what's coming up. And as always, you know, if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below. And I would really like to thank all the viewers that are participating and leaving comments and suggestions, stuff like that. I really appreciate it. It's nice to kind of interact as much as you can, you know, in cyberspace. But, you know, just kind of makes me feel like what I'm doing is kind of worthwhile and I'm helping somebody out. So to all the viewers, thank you. I appreciate it. Just, you know, keep the questions and comments and stuff like that coming. If I can be any kind of help, that's what I want to do. So anyway, that is it for the April update for Plastic Models by a Regular Dude. So with that, I'm going to end the video, and I will see you all next time.